Hey guys, welcome back. Today's topic is downtown, and before I get started, I just want to say if you want to come have a chat with me and a few other people about City Skylines, come on over to the Discord chat where it's basically me and a whole lot of other people. It's free, so why not come along and have a chat. So the link is down below. And so back to today's topic. It is working on the downtown. I know a lot of you guys are not going to like the fact that it is a speed build, but this is the area that we are working on. A lot went on. There is a few hours of work that went into this, and I just didn't think it would be very suitable to give you guys a full-on discussion on every tiny little thing that I do. So that's why this whole video will be a speed build. So I hope you guys don't mind. In the next video I will go through it all. Not through the whole downtown area again, because I'm going to talk about most of it now, but in the next video will be a longer, slower video, so you guys can kind of get those longer, like the past few videos that you guys have liked so far. So anyway, the train station that is right here, that will not be the main train station. So the main train station will be over on the left side island. The reason why I didn't put it in the downtown area is because the space is very, very limited on the other side where those two main roads are. So I put the station right there, so they'll still be able to get to it via like a quick walk across the little canal river right there. So like this part here will be the downtown area, and I chose this area because it's kind of in the center of the whole highway network circle type thing. And also just because of the shape as well, there's a bit of a, not really a mountain, but there's a bit of a hill kind of right next to these main roads right here. So that'll give us something interesting to work with. And I didn't want to do a huge city because, huge downtown area, because the city, it's not going to be that huge overall. It might have a lot of urban sprawl, but it might not be really dense. So the downtown area isn't going to be that huge. So there's two main roads here. So there's one on the left, one on the right. And it's always good to have more than one main road going through your downtown. If you just have one going through there, the traffic is going to be an absolute nightmare because all of them are trying to get onto that one single road. So there is two main roads here. One is obviously going to be more busy, which will be the bottom one, and the other one is going to be hopefully not as busy. We shall see. I don't know too much yet. And then so this, what I'm doing now is kind of, it's a pathway technically, but what I want it to be is kind of a shopping strip that goes all the way straight through the downtown area. And so it's just kind of like a nice little relaxing kind of, what would you call that? In Australia we call it a mall, M-A-L-L. Not like a shopping mall, but so when I say mall, it's a road that, well, it used to be a road but now is converted to pedestrian only, and it's lots of lots of shops. So that's what that is. So that's kind of based off Australian style. I'm sure other cities in the world have these as well that are just for pedestrians. So yeah, it's a very small space to work with, but I think it's going to be good because like I said, the terrain there, you can see it's raised up a little bit, so it's going to create a very interesting landscape to work with. And so this part here will just be green space between the water and that main road, and then the other side will be a really compact downtown, really high density buildings. And so that back road will actually be where all of the offices are, and then it'll slowly work its way to residential. So the mall, the really colourful pathway right there, that is going to be mostly shops along there, a lot of commercial, and then the road right near the waterfront where it's going to have lots of green space. Obviously that is going to be all of the residential. So, and you might notice I had to put in a road underneath that pedestrian walkway. The reason why I did that is so that I can actually zone on that pathway, so I can put buildings that will connect to the pathway. And it can technically have cars that go up and down it, and it's probably not a good idea to disable cars going up it because obviously it's commercial, so they still need to get to it. So hopefully not too many will be using that. If there is a lot, then I might actually convert all of the commercial on that pathway to residential, so it won't be as much. And then so this road here actually connects up to the mini highway that we worked on, but this is not how I'm going to leave it. For this episode I do leave it like this, But for the next few episodes, I'm going to continue on the little main highway that goes through, and I'm going to kind of connect it up in a little bit of a interesting way. I have a plan, but I'm not going to talk about it yet because you guys will see how that turns out in the future. And the bike path as well does get continued on into the downtown area, kind of like what we've been doing before. It goes over a highway, or not the highway, it goes over the main road right there at the back, so it'll follow along the medium thing right there, and there'll be lots of connections, and by the end of the video you'll see that there's a lot of people using it. And just so you know, I don't finish this downtown area, it's only a start. I only place probably 70-80% of the buildings are placed, but other than that there's still a lot more work to do, and I didn't want to do it all in this video because I need to extend it out. Otherwise, if I do so much in one episode, it's going to be rushed. So where this pathway goes is kind of showing me where the downtown is, so I stop it right there, so that kind of symbolizes this is the end of the really high density buildings. So all of the way along the pathway will be high density, but once you're away from that, the more low density it becomes. So, and I did a little experiment there. So I actually banned all traffic from some of the pathways, and then the other ones I just left. So I want to see if it still works without the cars really having to get to it on the pathway. So we'll see about that. And since we have this kind of like a bit of a cliff right here, I thought I'd put along the, what do you call this, a quay or something like that, just kind of like as a bit of a barrier wall against the main road. And so this is what I actually did in the main island, if you noticed that before. So it's kind of keeping in theme with what's already there, and I think it actually just looks really good having it kind of a bit of an actual barrier. So anyway, I'm just gonna go through and add a whole lot of buildings, custom buildings, because I don't want it to just build freely, because I have a lot of random buildings that do build. Some people have noticed that before, so I'm gonna just go through this quickly and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so like I said earlier, in terms of how I laid out the buildings along the top main road, that's obviously going to be mostly office space. There are some residential, so I didn't do it like strictly, okay, commercial has to go here, office goes here, but it's kind of like, it's still a mixture, but there's still some kind of structure. So I made it go office along this main road, and then in the middle commercial, and then towards the other side is all mostly residential. So that's how I did that, just because I know this road will become a lot more busier, so offices can handle more louder noise than residential. So like I said earlier as well, I was going to continue on the bike path, so I'm continuing it on from this part here, but I'm also going to connect it to a few other areas in probably a few videos later. But for this video now, it connects to the, what would you call that existing little downtown area on the other side of the island. So it continues on. There's still a good amount of people using it, but I think it still needs a whole lot of other connections. So the raised up area, the terrain where I put that wall, that will come in quite handy in the future, because I do want to put the pathway up on that raised area and connect it towards kind of just like other different ways. So I don't want it all to have to follow, I don't want all of the people to have to ride the bike just through one pathway. I want to give them a variety of options to get to the downtown area. So that is the plan for in the future, but for now they just have this one pathway that continues from the existing train station. So I added in another little wall right there, and then so this little area here actually, to my surprise, turns out to be a kind of little housing estate actually, high density housing estate, kind of. It's a little bit of a weird position. Those two buildings there, I think they're commercial, but the buildings that I add in this area after those two buildings are all residential, and I think it really does become just a little housing estate. And in terms of adding in the little connections from the bike path, I tried to do it roughly every 2 blocks or 2 or 3 blocks, kind of roughly like that. Most of them are towards the downtown side, but there's still going to be obviously some on both sides, but most of them will be on towards the downtown side, and I made sure that I made the pathway kind of high enough so I can easily connect it to the terrain right at the bottom of the screen, well, on the side of the screen right there, so I can easily connect it right up there, because like I don't know exactly what I'm doing with that area, but whatever I do, I know now it's going to be something really helpful in the future. So I wanted to make sure that the pathway was at an easy height to connect it up, so just so it's helping me in the future. And then so the bike path goes to kind of where that pathway ends. From there I really don't know where it's going to go, because I'm going to leave it until I build out the whole area, so I can really see where I need to just connect it up to the other like little shopping districts. And guys, I should say sorry that if this video kind of seems a little bit rushed. I guess I just, like the past few episodes, I kind of got used to playing and talking, and I haven't really done such a huge speed build and then I explain as I go. So sorry if it does seem rushed, so I'll make it up to you guys in the next episode. In terms of what I'm doing exactly in the next episode, I don't really know. Probably working on the downtown area, or even just expanding the road network, or connecting up to highways, or whatever. Like, you guys give me a suggestion what I should do next. Also, let me know what I should do in the raised up area where I put that wall barrier right next to the main road. Like, let me know what I should do up in there, because I know you guys will have some very interesting suggestions. You always surprise me with all your suggestions. So definitely let me know what I should do up there. Not a zoo, not a theme park, nothing like that. It could be just a park, or it could be, I could fill it in with just buildings for all I know. So let me know. I think what I would probably end up doing is probably putting in a huge green space near the edge of that terrain, the wall terrain area, and then just back from that, probably medium density residential quiet areas like that. So I don't know, give me some suggestions. I want to do definitely a mixture of things. It's not going to be just one plain area. So now back to what I'm doing here. I wanted the boardwalk area to be more straight, so that's why I laid out the area, so it's a lot more straight now. And I feel like having it really straight kind of symbolizes that this is the downtown area, this is where the money is, this is where you need to come, this is where it just looks good. So that's why I made it a lot more straight. And I was googling master plan layouts of downtown areas just for fun, just for inspiration, and a lot of them had straight waterfront boardwalks as well, so that's my inspiration for that. Also, I might just quickly mention, in terms of my the videos that I want to do about reviewing cities, the real life cities, when I say the word review, I kind of, it's very tricky, because if I actually review a city, a lot of people are going to be very negative about what I say. Like, for example, if I say like, oh, the city network really sucks, or the train network really sucks, and then a lot of people are going to be really triggered about that. So I kind of have a layout how I want to do that. I mean, some of you guys probably don't care, but I kind of want to just talk about what is there already, and maybe give some very, very light suggestions, or what I think about the city. So when I say review, I want to just talk about town planning in that city in general, rather than actually giving it precise, exact things that they need to do. Because I can, like, someone told me this in the comments, and I was like, okay, you really make a good point. So I really just want to review what is there, talk about maybe some possible solutions, but I definitely don't want to review a city in a negative way. So anyway, let me know about that. I need to choose a city, my first city. Should it be in Australia, or should it be some other big city? So let me know about that. So that'll come very soon. I do know the type of layout, how I want to lay it out, like in terms of each topic. So I have that worked out, and I was discussing it with the people on Discord as well, so they gave me some pointers and some good ideas as well. So definitely come to Discord. have a chat. I'm always around, and there's a lot of other people there. So yeah, it's good. So come have a look. And so this area here is kind of just like a little filled-in area. I basically did it really quickly because I just needed to put the pathway in, and I needed kind of like a straight structure to kind of work with. So guys, I've kind of wrapped up majority of what I want to do in this video. It's kind of just a starting point for the downtown area. Like, I mean, I can't really say too much because, like, if you look at the layout, it's a very simple layout. It's 2 main roads. So you just, I mean, that's probably the main thing that you guys should take away from this video, is that you need more than 1 main road going through your downtown area, because otherwise it's going to be a real huge issue. So another pointer is definitely have a lot of green space planned into your city. It's just going to make it look a whole lot better. And then you can see that I've worked in the bike path already. And yeah, so there's not really much else I can say. I'm just putting in some details now. I put in some food trucks. I really love the food truck asset right now. It's really good. And then I'm just putting in some vegetation, some trees, some plants, some shrubs like that. And we will go from there until the next episode. All of the buildings in the downtown area, I pretty much placed them all myself, but then again, it is a really small area to work with. But all of the other little spaces, I'll probably just zone it because I can't be bothered to do the whole thing. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to mention for this video. Definitely give me some suggestions on what else you guys would like to see me work on, because like we're really at a basic point where we can go from anywhere. I think now that we've got the downtown area, it's going to be really easy to expand. One last thing I should mention to you guys is don't add too many connections to roads that you know are going to become really busy. Each road that you connect to a main road is going to slow down traffic. It's going to cause more congestion. So you'll notice my main roads going through these downtown areas, especially the one on the right hand side there, there's hardly any connections. There's only major road connections for this one. So that's a really handy tip. And then you can go back and look at the mini highway video. So that's got some really good tips about that. And the tips from the mini highway video will be incorporated into the downtown area, and it pretty much already has, using that type of road there, because it has the middle median thing where people can't turn. So yeah, don't add too many connections to a main road. So try to really avoid that. It's really easy to do once you know not to do it. So, and it's really going to help in the future. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll be back very soon with another video, working on whatever you guys suggest in the comments below. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you very soon in the next video. Bye for now.